Hey everybody, welcome back. This is Miss Faye and this is my world. Today's topic is escaping decades of the narcissistic hell. Escaping decades of narcissistic hell. Before we get started, I want to say welcome. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to all the new viewers, the new subscribers, and welcome to you who have been with me from the beginning. I really appreciate you. And I want to thank you so much for sticking with me through this difficult time. My face is healing, and I was supposed certainly by the end of next week, if not during the middle of next week or whatever, I'll be able to take this mask off and be in the pink again. All right? But I just want to thank you so much for sticking with me during this time. Now we have a letter. So let's dive into this letter and see what she says. Escaping from decades of narcissistic hell. She says, I thought I had worked through a lot of my abusive childhood issues. Even though I did not experience sexual abuse, I did experience violence, physical abuse, emotional abuse, and alcohol was always present in the home. Just a bit of history. My father was killed in an automobile accident when I was less than 9 months old, and my brother almost 2. We went to live with my maternal grandparents, and it was them that assumed our care most of the time. However, at the age of 6, she remarried. Okay, now, who is this that remarried? Your mom? Okay. He was a long-time alcoholic. That was no good. Where my grandparents were not happy about her choice. Our lives changed for my brother and I. I bet it did if your mom married an alcoholic. Well, it didn't sound like your father was any better than who she married. You see, she just attracted the same type of energy that she got the first time. It's the same thing. We moved out of state with her and her alcoholic. Later, she had 2 other children. After that, she was too focused on him and her new family. At the age of 11, because of the extreme physical abuse, we went to live with our aunt and uncle and my grandmother, who by this time lived with them as well. My brother never went back. However, after a year, I was sent back to live with her. You were sent back to live with your mother. Your grandparents sent you back to live with your mother. I was exposed to decades of verbal, physical, and emotional abuse by this violent alcoholic. My mother closed her eyes and even covered up for him. You know, that happens a lot. And women, you really shouldn't do that. You take a man in around your children, and then you'll make your children call this man a stepdad or whatever. He comes in and abuses your kids, and I mean, damages them for life. And mothers, you do all this just to have a man there. Just to have him there. And when he's treating your kids harshly, he's not treating you kind. You're getting the same stick he's giving those kids. But ladies, why do you put up with it? Do you need a man that bad? That you're willing to sacrifice your own children just to have him there? You need to think about these things. And I know from your letter, you were raised around this sort of thing. So to meet a man that's offering the same thing that you're used to is familiar. And that's why you go into these situations. It's like home. It's like home to you, whether it's a terrible home or not. It feels comfortable. And that's why, you go right into these situations and find yourself suffering the same type of abuse over and over again. This violent environment changed me forever. I became very frightened, and my voice was silenced. I learned not to say anything, despite what different people did to me. Okay. Do you understand what's happening here? These people are chipping away at your self-esteem, your value. You don't feel like you have much value. That's why you're just being quiet now. Because they're making you feel like whatever you have to say isn't important. We're not interested in whatever you can do or have to say. So just be quiet. And that's what these toxic people will do. They're there to break you down to nothing. Because when they break you down to nothing, it makes them feel more powerful. More powerful. So don't allow this to happen. I always figured if I do more, give more, I will get better. This pattern continued pretty much of my life. You kind of sound like an empath there. Give more, do more, and you get better. You see, women, we've kind of been taught that growing up. But ladies, you give too much. And your partner comes in and just takes too much. Men nowadays, they go into a situation expecting you to take up the bulk of the responsibilities of the relationship. Many of them, they just feel like all they need to do is just show up. And you're going to be so delighted that you're going to take them no matter what. Whether they come in a good mood or a bad mood. You just tolerate it. Ladies, stop tolerating this. Escape from this narcissistic behavior. As I look back, there was always something very wise and perceptive about me. I didn't go with men, and neither was I promiscuous, ever. I didn't drink or do drugs. I always had good jobs, worked and saved my money, which my mother profited from. Later, I married a Swiss man who turned out to be a cold narcissist just like my own mother. You know why? Because you never healed from the abuse you suffered from your mother. So you still got that, you're still carrying around that narcissistic wound that is attracting more narcissists. You see? And plus, the narcissist can feel you out real quick because you are a giving person. The narcissist is going to latch right on to you. Okay? And now you say you met a Swedish man and married him. All of this is happening way too quick, it seems like. We were like night and day, nothing in common. He moved us to Switzerland, where I was very unhappy. The man who was nice to me in California became a monster and verbally abused me for 2 years until he silenced me. I went back to the States twice, but had no family support, and it never worked out. So you were trying to get away from him, but you had no support. So what, did you end up with him or did you stay away? Let's see. I became a teacher and taught for many years in private schools and finishing schools in Switzerland. Later, I became a certified, accredited life coach. I didn't do too bad for myself. I own my own home, live alone, and I am at peace. I know you are if you're not with that narcissist. Since my divorce, I have not been interested in finding another man. I like my own company and would not like to share my space with anyone. Well, good for you. You found your happy place. You found your happy place. And women, know that you can be very happy living your life by yourself and not feeling alone at all. In fact, you can be much happier being by yourself. All you need is to be financially stable. Once you got your own money, you can do what you like, when you like. You don't have to go and ask him, can I go spend $5? I want to go buy this, and explain to him why you got to have this money, or why you want to go someplace, like he's your daddy. And when you are by yourself, it's actually freeing and makes you feel more powerful. And you begin to know your value and your worth. And you will not settle for anything or anybody. Just to say you have someone in your life. Now, I want to say something here because a lot of us are givers. Okay? And if you are a giver and you're an empath, be careful, because these evil energies are out here really to bring you down and to keep you down. Don't want that. First thing, you meet somebody and they need some kind of help. Listen, you meet a man and he needs your help, you need to walk away from that. You don't need to be helping out a man. No. What do he need you for? Let him find his own way. He should be coming with something to offer you. Not coming to take away from you. To take whatever knowledge or whatever you have, your resources or whatever it is. He should be able to add to your life. And if you meet somebody who's not able to add to your life, he's not for you at all. Then you need to spend your time adding to your own life. Okay? And don't be out here looking for somebody else to make a life for you. Ladies, make your own life and you'll be much happier. Now let's see what else you say in this letter. You say you haven't been interested in a man. I know my value, and I will not settle. Neither do I have any need to help anyone. Good for you. Good for you. Because givers have to practice saying no. You have to practice that. And if this is something that you are supposed to learn in this life, you will be presented with a lot of occasions where you should say no. And if you keep being presented with it, then you know it's a lesson in it. And I'm going to tell you why I'm saying this. During the course of my life, I've met a lot of men who approach me needing some kind of help. Needing help. You know? When you meet them, one thing they want to do is know all about you. That's why I say, ladies, don't tell everything. Don't tell these men everything about you. You let them learn a little as they go. They want to learn everything about you so they can set up their game plan. Set up a game plan that they're going to play on you. Okay? So they find out that you're an ambitious woman and you can do a lot of things. Maybe you are know a lot about technology or whatever the situation is. It's always something that he can't do. Something he can't do for himself, or too lazy to do for himself, don't have the money to do for himself, or something. That's why he needs you. Ladies, say no. And a lot of times in my life, I would say, okay, because I hate to tell people no if I can help them. You know, you want to help these people. But what they'll do is latch onto you and won't let you go. They'll latch onto you like a parasite, like you owe them something. And to think about it, they say that they want you to help. What they really want you to do is to create something for them. They want you to create something that they can benefit from. You need to watch out. Watch out. Too many people out here are on game. It's just a game. Trying to use and abuse you. And not realizing that they're not getting anywhere. Because those same people that are out here trying to find somebody that they can attach to, they'll live their whole lives with nothing. With nothing. The universe won't bless them for doing that. Ladies, so don't pick these men up if they don't come with an offer. Don't pick them up. Okay, let's end this up. I was able to identify where I had become part of the problem. Your part of the problem is just that you didn't heal. And you were attracting the same energy in a different person, but the same energy. I realized that because I never had parental love, guidance, or care, I desperately wanted to feel a part of a family or a unit. I can understand that because I grew up in a narcissistic home, and that's how I always felt. That waiting, I'm going to have my own family. And I'm not going to treat my family like this, you know, and things like that. Yeah, you have that in your mind, but what you don't realize, and what I didn't realize for years and years and years, I was attracting that same negative energy because I hadn't healed from the abuse that I suffered growing up. Those childhood wounds were still there. And still attracting negative energy into my life. Only until I understood that and I got on a spiritual path to heal those wounds, then my life began to open and to progress in a more positive way. Okay? This put me into situations, from the way that you grew up, where I was manipulated and used, and not only by my family. I was able to identify that helping others was what had put me in situations that were not good or healthy for me. Well, you know, the lesson in that is self-love. You need to learn to love yourself first. When things like that happen, there's lessons in these challenges. When I was with the narcissist, that's the lesson I needed to learn. Self-love. Love yourself and quit putting yourself out there for everybody else where they are just draining you and putting nothing back into you. So you love yourself. I spend time on myself now. Whatever I desire for myself, I do it for myself. I don't sit around and wait for, a man to come and he can do this for me and he can do that for me and I'm going to be so happy when this man comes. No. Ladies, whatever you desire, manifest it for yourself. That's about loving yourself. Not looking for anybody else outside of you for your happiness. You look inside of you for your happiness. If you can visualize it, you can manifest it in your life. I hope that you understand the message today, and I really hope that it helps someone. Again, I want to thank you for hanging in there with me. In a few more days, maybe this will come off. The swelling is going down, and I'm feeling better. Thank you for your many well wishes. I really appreciate it. Now, those of you who are looking for your exercise and your affirmations, there is a link in the description. And also, those of you who would like to send me your questions, you'll find my email address also in the description. I want to thank you so much for your comments and your letters, and a special thank you to those that leave a donation. I really appreciate all of you. I wish you all the very best, and I really hope to see you next time.